What's up and welcome back to the channel. The name is Ninja Knight. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads and check out the links posted down below. Thank you. So Hasbro Pulse have posted this and they're saying time is running out. Scoop this Fortnite crossover with G.I. Joe collab Snake Eyes 0 Point Edition. Available now for pre-order exclusively at Hasbro Pulse for a very limited time. Click link in bio. Fantastic. If you're an international fan, you can't buy this because this is what Hasbro Pulse have done. They have limited Hasbro Pulse to USA and Canada, which is a nonsensical business practice. This is something I've talked about in the past with NECA. NECA have opened their pre-orders for various things to international buyers, and actually the shipping cost from NECA is very reasonable. It's in and around $20 from America to send it to Ireland, which is very reasonable, I think. Hasbro Pulse, which is a massive conglomerate company, have decided to open up a pre-order for a figure. Now, it is a repaint that a lot of people would like to get, and certainly for the exclusivity of it, that can't get it now that if you're outside of the USA and Canada. I don't know what they're doing in terms of doing this. They've been told countless times by fans in their live streams, in comments, why are they doing this? I mean, they're giving exclusives to Hasbro Pulse, Walmart, Target, GameStop, all places that people can't get them if you're an international fan. There's actually a 1-to-1 scale G.I. Joe Snake Eyes helmet and Cobra Commander helmet that was given to GameStop. Everybody knows that unless you're in the American GameStop, you're not going to get it internationally. And that's an incredibly limited way of doing things. And they would see their profit margin rise, in my opinion, if they decided to open up into an international market. Now, if a company like NECA, who in my opinion are probably a lot smaller, and I think people would agree on that one, that they're a smaller company, are able to open up their company to international buyers, why can't Hasbro do that? It's a very strange move. But anyway, I'll talk about the figure itself. Not that I'm going to be able to get it now anyway, but I'm sure we may as well. As we can see, it's a repaint of the classified Snake Eyes, which is a very nice figure. It's a very nice mold, and I have to say, these colours that are on this are very nice. It'd be nice to get it, wouldn't it? So first of all, we have there the helmet, and as we can see here, the red line that was here on an original release is omitted now. Now, what's interesting about this is some of those original release figures did come out without the red line. I happen to have a couple of versions of that figure, and for that reason that I have a couple displayed, and then I have them in the box then because I don't know what sort of limited capacity those figures are going to be coming out in. So for me, Snake Eyes is my favourite character. Obviously, he's a ninja type character, so obviously he's going to be my favourite character within G.I. Joe, and to me, he just looks really cool. But it's interesting to see that they're making small detail changes on this one. So as you can see here, he comes with maybe a silver grey visor. What's interesting about this is a pre-order that's up now for about a year for a repaint. So this doesn't seem like it's releasing until 2022, which is very unusual, I think, because given the fact that it's a repaint, you would think it'd be fairly easy to just bring out. Possibly because the Snake Eyes movie is coming out, maybe that they're thinking to themselves, okay, we don't want to release too many Snake Eyes figures. People get burned out, they get confused, they won't know which one is which. That's a very valid point. If the design of the movie is similar enough to what they look like in the classified line, certainly I do get the business practice behind that one. As you can see here, it comes with the Fortnite box. The box does look nice. I don't think there's any beating that original Snake Eyes that came out though with the dragon type wolf head box that they came out in the original one with the, I think it was $40 it was for that. And in consideration on this, I think this is $39.99. This is the same price of that original Snake Eyes that came out, that kind of first edition Snake Eyes. And for me, you got way more in that first edition Snake Eyes than you do in this one. Now, they've talked about the different paint apps, and there's a bit of grey on them, which I think does look nice, and we will see that now in a moment. And there's a couple of different instruments that he has to play into the Fortnite game aspect. But the big thing that they talked about was the fact that there's the G.I. Joe logo here on his shoulder. Yeah, it looks nice. It looks great. I don't think that this is going to be the one and done. If they've made this print up, they're certainly going to be using this again. And that's the way I'd look at it. I wouldn't say that the exclusivity on this is just the detail here. I think if they've made this print, they're going to be using this again. I wouldn't be surprised to see a version of this Snake Eyes coming out at mass retail again with grey underneath as an undersuit or something like that with a silver visor. I think that is an absolute shoe-in at this point. Usually sometimes, well, Hasbro, what they do is they'll release this special set and say, right, limited time that you can get this, and then 2 or 3 months later, oh, by the way, we have a kind of similar version in the main line that you can get for half the price. That's how a lot of people felt, I think, about the original Snake Eyes that came out with that, the weapon rack and stuff like that, they said to themselves, oh, that's pretty much the same figure that we're getting at a lesser price point. You get less accessories, but it's the same figure. So, okay, well, we'll just buy that then. And that's the way a lot of collectors think. So as you can see here, this is the accessories that he comes with. I like the grey that's on him. It really helps to break up the sculpt, I think, because when he's in all black, of course, because he's a ninja and he's supposed to be undetectable, I do understand that, but I think the grey does look nice on him, and it's something that I did like particularly about the G.I. Joe Renegade series was the grey that was used on Snake Eyes. It did help to break up the black, and certainly then with a silver visor or a grey visor or whatever he's going to have does look really nice. The sword is fantastic looking, and I like the Arishikage symbol that's on it, and again the figure is adorned with those too. He has one on the sword, one on the sheath, one on his chest, and then one on his belt, and I think that looks really cool. I'm a big fan of that. But moving on to the accessories there, he has a couple of accessories there, like a grenade band and these other weaponry accessories that are Fortnite inspired. He has a Throne Star hand here. It seems that has permanently got a Throne Star in it, which is nice. It's very good. It would have been nice to have an actual Throne Star if it was able to take out. That would have been cool. But yeah, for me, like the Fortnite weapons, they look really goofy personally, and I think for a lot of people, particularly when they've been talking about this G.I. Joe classified line and saying that they don't like the sci-fi type weapons, I don't know why then, if they don't like the sci-fi type weapons, why they'd be purchasing this. I think you'll probably get a lot of people that are Fortnite fans that will purchase this, and particularly there will be a lot of people that this is the first time they've encountered Snake Eyes. We're seeing a lot of different cross promotion, by the way, that's going on with Fortnite. We've seen it with Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, and I mean, even that is amazing in itself that they decided to put an important speech from Emperor Palpatine into Fortnite that most of the planet probably didn't hear because it was in a game that they don't play. Or, you know, I think that that's quite a strange thing to do. But looking at the weapons, yeah, they look cool. I suppose people could repurpose them for something else. There's a couple of different companies that have the license for Fortnite, and for me, I think then, you know, if you wanted the weapons, you could probably buy those figures and then just give them then to these characters. Ultimately, I think it looks nice. The box does look nice. This gives an open precedent now for more of this stuff to happen. We've already seen people asking in the comments, can we get a Transformers Fortnite crossover with the battle bus that transforms into a robot? I'll be honest, I don't know very much about Fortnite whatsoever, so if it looks cool, yeah, I'm all for it. I think that that's great. But if you decide to put it on Hasbro Pulse and then link into just having people that are in the USA and Canada be able to purchase it, and just say to your international fans, well, we don't care about you, that's fine, because it then just makes it harder then for international fans to purchase into it, which means then the line isn't going to be as strong as it was. This is something that JC over at Toy News International has talked about at length, and he did a fantastic article too on the exclusivities that's been given to these companies. Now, I know for the likes of Hasbro Pulse, this is great for people that are in America and Canada, that they can say, oh, well, I can put the pre-order in, great, don't have to worry about that now, and then you forget about it until it comes out. But for people that are in international zones, Hasbro won't even take an international card if you have an American address. That's how warped this idea is. And I mean, that's something that people have been talking to them for a long time about, being like, why can't we open a pre-order? And even if it's been shipped within the USA to an address that we can get it sent on from a friend or a family member or a forwarding address or whatever, why can't we do that? And Hasbro are constantly like, oh, we'll get back to you on that one. You're actively losing money. I mean, you are a company, you're supposed to be profiting at this moment in time, where you're going to have a lot of people that are transferring over into video games and other different type of games, and the likes of YouTube, even like that, people just talking about things on YouTube that's holding people's interest. And then you're actively in a business now that in certain ways sees decline in sales, and then people that are disinterested in the line, like, I'm being honest with you right now, the general consensus within the G.I. Joe community, particularly at 6-inch scale, is a lot of people are like, I'm done collecting these things because they're too hard to find. They're giving exclusives to likes of Target, Walmart and various other chains, rather than saying, okay, right, here's an army builder of a Cobra Trooper, we're putting that into a wave, or putting it to a case or 3 case, or actually a full case, so that people will buy them. Like, it's crazy stuff to think that they're putting these behind basically timed exclusives that are gonna not come back again, and then they're going for double, treble, quadruple the price on eBay. And I mean, I'm sure that the employees at Hasbro know this, because they know enough to go into message boards, by the way. And we've seen this plenty of times where there's certain members that will say, oh yeah, by the way, we looked at the message boards, we know that you like this character, and we know that's why we put this character into the line. Like, they know, they absolutely 100% know about this. Now, what I'll say to people is, respectfully, quote Hasbro on this at them and say to them, hey, listen, are you opening this up to international fans? Because the more people that ask them this question, the more time that they'll actually look at it and say, actually, yeah, we probably should do that. We should open it to international fans. There's an outcry of people there that want this. And it's even silly at the moment, because when you're seeing certain retailers, particularly between Ireland, the UK and Europe, they're all saying the same thing, and that Hasbro are just very vague with them. They won't let them do certain things. Official pictures get released and links get posted up weeks before the UK, for example, are allowed to put theirs up. Now, given everything that's gone on with the UK in terms of what's them leaving a certain place, customs charges on them now is going to be absolutely mental. So, I mean, that's another avenue that's being closed. What I would be doing if I was Hasbro and if they had any sort of cop on and any sort of cleverness to them would be open up a base in Europe. Have a major base there of Hasbro Pulse there. If this is what you want to do, if you want to segregate the USA and and Canada from the rest of the world, open one up there in Europe and have that be the distribution centre essentially for Europe. That'd be a clever thing to do. I also have a good couple of people as well, by the way, that comment on this channel from other countries, from very far and wide, from Asia to South America to Australia, other places, and very different continents, who are all saying the same thing. Like, I mean, I have had a good couple of South Americans that have commented on this channel saying, we can't get these figures either, and if we try to get them, they're extortionate the price for these figures, because Hasbro don't cater to us, they don't look after us. And I mean, I'm with you on that. I'm 100% behind you in terms of there's something needs to be done in terms of this. If they open it up, then fair enough. And I mean, if you do run the risk of getting a custom charge, okay, it's better than paying quadruple the price on eBay from people that are going to be adding on whatever they're going to add on for you to get this single figure. And like I'm saying, the community is ever shrinking. And what you don't want to be doing as a company is shrinking it even further on purpose, because they're shrinking it with Star Wars, they're shrinking it with Marvel, they're shrinking it with G.I. Joe, they're shrinking it with Transformers. I mean, you've had an exclusive for Transformers, Ironhide, Prowl, two major characters, and then you've had an exclusive with Ratchet, another major character, and you've decided to put three major characters as exclusives. And as far as I know, Bumblebee in the Netflix line is an exclusive. That's crazy. Like, they are prominent characters, they are mainline characters that people know and love, and you're making them into exclusives. It just doesn't make sense. Whatever the business practices going on at the company needs to change, and I think it's something I'm going to talk about in a further video. And I know this video has been taken up in terms of I'm talking about G.I. Joe and Fortnite, but I'm talking about the business sense behind it, and then what they're doing essentially to fans. Like, this is a figure now that I'm not getting, because I refuse to pay double, quadruple, treble the price on eBay. I refuse to do it, and I'm not buying the figure. Now, if they made it open to be able to have international buyers buy into this, fantastic. But I've already missed out on the metallic pink Ranger. I've missed out on the Psycho green Ranger. I've missed out now on the Dungeons and Dragons set with Drizzt and Gwen Levere, I think the name is on it, because they're Hasbro Pulse exclusives. Missed out on certain other things as well too. It looks like Maverick, the Transformers crossover. It looks like I've missed out on that one as well too, because that was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Now I'm missing out on another G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. And when they had a limited availability, by the way, for G.I. Joe, the original one that came out, the Snake Eyes in the set, and I was going to buy another one to give to someone else, you couldn't buy it because they were after stopping giving it to international fans. So the only way you could look at it then was paying $150 on eBay, and it's not going to happen. I'm not going to support that. So that's where we're at as a fan community. It seems like the company aren't listening to fans constantly. I mean, the live streams themselves they're good, and I really do feel sorry for the employees and people that are working hard at this line then to be just constantly said, why isn't it exclusive? Why isn't it exclusive? It's something that the company are at. But what I'm saying is you need to, at that company, you need to send them an email. And I'm saying respectfully, by the way, not being nasty or anything, that respectfully ask them, why are you not opening Hasbro Pulse to international fans? And give them an example. Hey, by the way, NECA have opened it up to international fans. They're going to be doing Tokka and Razar. They're going to send it out internationally. It's costing $20. Why aren't you doing that? And simple as that. And the company now, they might give you a good generic response. But if there's 200, 300, 1,000 people start doing this now regularly when they post things like this for Hasbro Pulse, they'll start to get the message and they'll start to understand, because there's a couple of retailers that are across in different places that are all saying the same thing, and that they actually have sit downs with their relative Hasbro, I suppose, contacts, and they all tell them the same thing, and they say that these people walk out of meetings scratching their heads going, well, we didn't know there was that much of a want for that stuff here. Yeah, there is. So like, don't shrink the community. I agree with JC on Toy News International 100% there when he's saying that this idea is shrinking communities and it's only going to get smaller, and then it's eventually going to, people are going to say, what's the point, why bother? I'm talking about, there's been G.I. Joe fans that are major fans for a number of years that were excited about this classified line, that are already out after 2 or 3 waves because they're like, getting to Target is nonsense, and then the stuff that's going on around that is nonsense. And I feel for them 100%. I do, and I 100% agree with them. Whilst they're given a slim opportunity, even at that, if you're sending in a case of Cobra Troopers and someone has them in the back, forget about it. Like that, it's done. And that's the sad thing about it. If you had a case of Cobra Troopers and they were in Walmart, they were in Target, they were in various different toy stores in America, then you could say, well, okay, right, well, you had an opportunity to get it. But when you're limiting it to one place, Target and Walmart, who have both mishandled pre-orders, and also Walgreens do it too, Best Buy do it too, GameStop certainly do it, you're then limiting then the fan base, and then people just say, I've enough of that then, and they walk away then. And I mean, you're talking about serious fans, people with money, a lot of money to be spending on this. I mean, shelves full of troopers they would have, and you've decided now just not to cater to any of them. Very strange. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope that was enlightening. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads. Check out the links below. I'll talk to you later. Good luck.